Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck happening in the YouTube atheist community, and that's it. It's really not even the first part. No real happenings. Nope. Oh, that's a nice color. I like that. Anyway, yeah, garden. Still very nice. I mean, we haven't had any harsh weather to knock everything down, so these hibiscuses, these giant hibiscus, look how big they are. There's the camera. Big flower. Big. Yeah, it's really quite spectacular this year. Very tall. I mean, they've got to be like 7 feet. Big flower. Alright, so enough gardening. Blueberry bush. Yeah, I threw that in for free. Anyway, I figure I'll do a walk and talk. Haven't done one in a while. Because I really don't have much, obviously. Not much happening in the YouTube world. Real life is still having this ear problem. Some sort of yeast infection, I think. My tongue is black, yeah, which is charming. So, it's still a holdover from the antibiotics from the Lyme disease, blah, blah, blah. So, even though you get cured of something, you pay a price. But anyway, so, yeah, I mean, lots of, I don't know, life has just been tedious a bit lately. Kind of. And, I hate that in summer because, I like to get the most out of my summers. It has been nice. I mean, I have had some some of it's been very good. Cigarettes, I could, certain individuals, they promise they're going to send cigarettes and they don't send them. As expediently as I would like. It's a little irritating. The idea of them in my head, floating around. And thanks to Glenos. See, Glenos, he made part of my summer very nice because, he sent me some cigarettes. Sent me a lot of cigarettes, actually. It's really great. And people have just, there are people who do me kindnesses. Send me links to things and whatnot and do this and that. And, I don't know what to say. I wish I was a nicer person. I wish I was better at being a good friend thing or something. Just I don't have anything, I don't have any. It's like I'm all used up, just maintaining me. Just getting me from one day to the next kind of uses me up. I just don't have much. I don't have much to give, and I feel bad about that. I think there's a lot of people who would like me to take an interest and or need me to even. Some people are really in trouble, and I just can't do much. I feel bad about that. But I feel bad about so many things. Yeah. Oh man. Cat got a thorn in its paw. I feel bad. I'm just, life just burdens me horribly. You can there's just the little things, you can contemplate them for decades and you probably still haven't sufficiently appreciated the horror, so to speak. It's like that new Chinese explosion thing. I mean, that's like a 9/11 event. I haven't read anything on it at all. And because I'm afraid to, in a way, it's just going to be thought-provoking. But just think about all the, injured people. And I mean, I just saw the word Hiroshima in the video title the other day. And it just had me thinking about the radiation sickness and the people who just slowly died so horribly. They didn't even know how to treat it at all. And, I mean, oh. Yeah, and I say, what are we doing? Then I get a crank call from Wendy from customer service, telling me, all the great things she's going to do for me. You're just like, people died for that. People died so Donald Trump could run for president. What? Oh, come on. No, 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 this isn't possible. No, 400 million people in this stupid country. I mean, as much as I hate immigrants, you can't find some Mexican who could do it better? Oh, fuck. Donald Trump. Ironically, you know, the people I work for, there's a son-in-law who's actually his, you know, main campaign man kind of thing or whatever. So I actually know somebody who's facilitating the destruction of the last remnants of America as a concept. Yeah, they're going to set fire to the last little piece, you know, of the dream. Yeah, life has gotten really weird. I mean, I unify physics. I mean, at least I have the theory, right? So I figured out Einstein's life work. You know, this whole antinatalism thing, which is, you know, it's not exactly catching on, but you know what I'm saying? It's there. It's the big quantum elephant. Yes, the quantum elephant in the room of ideas. It's like the conceptually biggest idea, the biggest sacred cow elephant. So I have to get a cow elephant. The big sacred giant hootered cow elephant of philosophy is this taboo question of going, hey, you know what? Life is just the byproduct of a bunch of stupid, chaotic forces just clumped together in a dopey universe. What makes you think it's a good idea? Yeah, me horny. There, that's it. That's the answer from the philosophers. Me horny. My daughter's hot. I'd like to fuck her. Trump said that. I mean, his daughter is hot, I'll concede. Ivanka. Okay, yeah, okay, she's hot. But fuck. A father should not say, yeah, I'd fuck my daughter. What? Alright, there's no point, right? The world is ludicrous. But yes, if Donald Trump's running against Hillary Clinton, I mean, it's going to be so easy to say, oh yeah, okay, Hillary is the coolest piece of dog shit I ever saw. Damn, it's like golden dog shit. Golden, sparkly dog shit with glitter in it. Yeah, it's glitter dog shit. I'll vote for it. It's Trump? I mean, you just can't. I mean, you know, in terms of my Antichrist as a logical thing, Trump is the entity. You know, this inheritant wealth, pompous, arrogant, fucking, goddamn paradoxical, hypocritical, duplicitous pile of shit. I mean, you could have been as rich as Trump if he just put his $10 million of real estate in the $10 million of real estate bank. It's pretty hard to fail. $10 million worth of New York real estate in, whatever, 1972. Yep, pretty hard to fuck that one up. But anyway, this whole idea, too, of, you know, it's the system. Oh, okay, yeah, it's the system, but yeah, it's the system you've totally benefited from in totally failing at your job. If I fail at my job, I get fucking fired and live like a homeless man in a cardboard box. Why the fuck can you fail and it's okay? I get lots of tries. Yeah. I'm the big fat engine that couldn't, and I get to try forever. And I don't have to succeed. Yeah, success is irrelevant. Yeah, I just pick 100 things, and if 50 of them go bad, tough shit for the idiots who trusted me. yeah, tough shit for the jackasses who invested in the Trump name. Because I sure as fuck am not fully invested. Yeah, it's just one fingernail, on my cow elephant. Alright, well, I didn't intend this to be a commentary on what it turned into a commentary on, but it is fucked up. But it does illustrate, I mean, all these people, all these pseudo-liberals, placating immigration is some sort of great idea. I mean, even if, okay, the aliens were actually trying to become Americans and not trying to force us to become Mexicans, even if they were trying, they're driving wages into the fucking sewer. Alright, they're basically telling everybody that they have to live in some house with 60 other people, and send the money home to their family. And that's what I'm supposed to do as a life. I'm supposed to say, that's a cool life. I can't wait to do that. No, that's not a cool life. It's a suck life. I don't want your fucking life, you fucking idiotic Mexican. Keep your fucking shit life in fucking Mexico because I don't want to be a fucking Mexican. And I got nowhere to send the money home to, jackass. Fuck. Yeah, but who wants to do that? Who wants to compete with some fucking idiot who will eat rotten food, who will sleep in a bed-bug-infested bed, and who will have no fucking life at all? Why do I want to compete with a lunatic? So yeah, keep your insane values in your shithole. Because I don't want to live your fucking crappy life. I want to live in a world where I can extort my employer into treating me like a fucking human being. And I can't extort my employer into treating me like a human being if you're willing to be treated like a fucking oopod. Okay, you're not even being treated like a dog or any kind of animal. You're being treated like some kind of Chinese knockoff. And that's kind of what Mexicans have become. Chinese knockoffs of idiot. Survival at all or any cost. I don't care. Degrade me as much as you want, as long as I survive. Man, is that ever a rich man's wet dream? And so Donald Trump is pretending he doesn't like aliens. Yeah, he wants to put up a wall. Oh, right, like no one's heard of the ocean. Yeah, you're going to put up a barrier reef in front of all of California to keep all the rafts from, crashing into the shore. Well, they'll never find another way around that. No way. I mean, theoretically, okay, we have the technology now to catapult people, boom, and they have a little, one of those little parachutes that pop open, and they just hang glide right the fuck over your goddamn wall. The technology's here. The Mexicans will buy it from the Chinese, you fucking idiots. You got to stop immigration by having some respect for citizenship. You can't, you gotta have social security numbers that mean something. And then you have to say to employers, you can't hire people who aren't Americans. Employer sanctions actually did work, and that's why they got rid of it, because it worked. Yeah, and they didn't want to solve this problem. The rich don't want fucking immigration solved. They want me to live in a fucking dirty hovel in some ruined community where there's 45 cars in every driveway and 768 people live in one house in filth and dirt and then send their money home. That's where the rich want me. You fucking idiots. And I, unlike you, am not stupid to say, oh, that sounds like fun. I'll go for that. Fuck you! You idiots. Anyway, so Trump's just getting a lot of help because he's actually saying something that people are saying, yeah, shit, it's about time. Yeah. 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 You can't keep importing the refuse. If you import enough refuse, your country is refuse. That's right. Garbage in, garbage. That's what you got. You got Garbageville, garbocracy, and that's what we're creating. Yeah, drive the IQ into the toilet. Everybody has 49 kids, and we all live on mounds of garbage. Fuck. With little fat Greytex plumped little fat cherry right on top. That's what I would get a helicopter to airlift him right to the top of Garbatocia. You know, fucking idiot. Immigration is no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. No. Anyway, I think that's enough. So yeah, nothing else going on. I missed my walk and talks. See, that's a subject I just wouldn't have gone anywhere near, because I know it's just, nobody gets it. It's all covered in, you know, accusations of bigotry and self-interest and blah, blah, all this bullshit. And you're like, no, I'm just plainly telling you, I don't like working for $4 an hour. Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm telling the foreigners. I don't like working for $4 an hour. Quit accepting that as a wage, you fucking idiots. Alright, enough said. Till the next time and such. Decided to add on since I'm here. Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, see, everything just gets addictive. You know, life is just this routine of your psychology. That's another thing. You don't like change. You don't like things to change. Certain things you don't want to change. Other things you do want to change. But it's just this. You just get these habits. And very strange. You know, things just become. Yeah, I'm just not coming up with a. It's probably one of those Freudenschauser words for that kind of. You know. Where you just fall into it like literally like a trap of comfort, or you know, whatever. You know, people use these words, synchronicity or some kind of bullshit like that. But anyway, yeah, there's certain addictions, certain habits are just made for you. Yeah, like me and smoking. But you do survive changing it, bending it, you know, adapting to change when you have to. But it's only because you have to, kind of a thing. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to talk about. I mean, that's sort of a subject in and of itself. All these psychology subjects, you could go on and on. And they become philosophy subjects because, yeah, really, it's all about these stupid subjective sensibilities. Kind of goes back to the immigration argument and the rest of it. You have a definition of what it is to live the American dream, and you just become a bigot to that ideal. Clearly other people can be happy, you know, it's just that different people will commit suicide in different societies. I guess that's the people who you will just make life insufferable for will just change depending on your civilization. You know, some people can't stand to be alone, solitary confinement in prison or something would drive them insane. Where, to me, that's like, oh shit, I could do this for 1,000,000 years. Yeah, fine. My own company, great. I have enough personalities, inside of me that I can certainly have conversations forever and entertain myself some way or another. I suppose there's a limit to that, where you need some feedback from the world, so to speak. But there's always, you can always just count the holes in the bricks or something. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I could say that to me, this environment I live in is quite ideal. And you just don't want it sullied or spoiled by bears or Mexicans. Too many deer, too many Mexicans, too many bears, too many anything is bad. Bad, bad, bad. And that'll ruin this, okay? Little fiestas and, cars bouncing up and down or whatever. Julio and his guys showing up. Yeah, that's just going to spoil all of this for me. Now, it won't spoil it for them, but it'll spoil it for me. And that's just subjective shit, most of it. But I guess I would sort of argue there's a certain logic to our, to even what we are as a species, that we're really not made, to live in, whatever, perpetual bunk beds or something, to live too crowded, too in each other's shit, But, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do a psychology video. But I use the word rogue, kind of, in my conversation with regular humans sometimes, just to describe this idea that, my camera, the glue has deglued. Time for a new gluing. How come that happened? Probably somebody's fault, right? Holiday, no doubt. Cunt. Strange. There's still little threads left inside the thing that even the glue couldn't attach to the non-thread. Anyway, not a crisis for you. What was I? Rogue, yeah. And I certainly have some of that personality. I mean, I don't have a very, I was never much of a people person, even when I was a people person. Always felt kind of distant and, whatever, from people. Unless you could get, unless you could really start to know somebody and be friends with them, then it's almost like there were too much inside of you. You became too much of a, you were almost like this one person. It is kind of funny that I'm kind of all or nothing, as a way of describing it. People would say, yeah, black and white, and that's sort of the way it is, in terms of my philosophy even. Something's either right or it's wrong, correct or incorrect. Just can't do all this fudging. Oh, there's little poofy dogs coming to attack me. Hey, puppies! How you doing? Hey, you're kind of ugly. Yes, you are. Yes, you're kind of ugly. How are you? How are you? Thank you. How's the water? How you doing? Cold, huh? Yeah. I don't remember. Guy looks like his dog. It's kind of funny. The dogs sort of match the people. Anyway. Yeah, bulldogs really. Kick-ass dog. I mean, I like them, but just couldn't get more like train wreck. hard to imagine doing that on purpose to a dog. Let's make the dog look like it was just in a train wreck. Anyway, where was I? And they always seem a little fat, bulldog. And what else? And they always seem to have breathing trouble. And, so I don't know. It's very good. So anyway, but there's another subjective thing, another part of this, people and their attachments, their sense of aesthetics, what's really important. Funny how stupid things can be important to people. I mean, they're not necessarily stupid, but I just mean, whether you have a beard or you don't have a beard, you just, all these little things, and they're very important sometimes. And it's just sad that that's important. Tragic is what it is. Tragic. So really, I have no, as the previous video might indicate, I have no prejudice against something else, just a prejudice for something I am, and in a sense defending it, against its annihilation. And it is getting annihilated, let's just be real. It's like, how many natural blondes are left in the world? It's a dying species. And I'm not saying it should be saved or preserved. I'm really not. I'm not saying it's a better way to be. I'm just saying from a subjective point of view that this is, what's at stake, so to speak, as individuals. And, there's a difference between complaining as an individual, I suppose, and advocating policy. And I guess my sense is that the whole idea is to reduce how much we offend each other in substantial ways. And you can't do that if you're overcrowded. You can't do that if your social values, or your values period, are standardized, and everybody else must conform to you and your values. I guess that's what the argument is about what's happened to America. I'm not saying it ever had any good values on purpose. I'm just saying there was a time here, where work was respected and you got paid to do it. And that time is passing. And it's there's a whole lineage of things causing that problem. Modernization, computerization, mechanization. But immigration is also one of those things. And I suppose some of these things we won't sacrifice. Progress, technology. That's not a good thing to sacrifice. But personally, I'm certainly willing to sacrifice multiculturalism, any necessity to mutt us into, one kind of human. I don't think we have to do that. I don't think we have to exterminate, culture and turn it all into, rich man, poor man. Because unfortunately, that's what the poor do. As funny as it sounds, the poor are the biggest friend of the rich. Because the poor have too many kids. They don't provide any mechanism for their kids to have a means to compete. And the kids just become slaves to the rich. They're just feeding the rich. and their greatest ally. It's like the tree huggers are the greatest ally of the hunters, because they think they're save the whales so the Japanese can farm them. No point in saving them for that. They saved the seals, and what good is do the seals? No good at all. They're farmed in the most insidious, mangalesque manner possible. The last thing you want to do is save somebody to be abused. So anyway, this video no doubt will offend and piss people off and do this and do that. And I don't really give a shit. It's not really on my usual subject, but whatever, who cares? And what else can I say? Wonderfully hot today. It's still kind of morning, so it's tolerable. But, just brutal. I wish I had felt a little better, so I could really enjoy the the brutality of the heat. I do love warm weather. Yeah, I think it's it. Wish I could hear. I would get my ears back. So, what else? Yes, I'm not pouring piss in my ears. No, I'm not going to. I mean, people give you these wacky suggestions, and you're just like, what the fuck? You know, I don't want to live in that world either. You have to pour piss in your ears. Fuck that. Anyway, I wanted to sum up in some way, but I guess I don't have a sum up. Re-entering my little oasis. A little overgrown back here, but it's mostly for the cats back here. Yeah, mostly. Here, oh, so much shit to take care of here. Breaking up some bark. Ornamental bark is what I'll call it. So, yeah, it's lovely here though. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'm going to have neighbors and I'll ruin it all, but for now it's just so nice. So very, very nice. So my exercise machine broke. Yeah, it's got a chain in it, and I broke the chain. What the fuck? So now I'm stuck with my broken jump rope. But I'll work it out. I think this cat's fixed, but she's been in such a mood lately. Like she really wants attention. She seems so lonely, and somebody care about me. Yeah, she's getting all fucking crazy. What is wrong with you? She is so neurotic. Yeah, I've known her for like, whatever, 10 years, and she's still crazy. I have a picture of her somewhere when she was just a little tiny thing, sitting on my foot. Stupid neighbors left and abandoned the cat. So if you remember Thumbers, who got hit by the car, that's Thumbers' little sister. She was little, which is funny. I mean, she's a girl cat. She's very little. Yeah. Well, they're both. Thumbers wasn't very big either, but I mean, it was definitely bigger than her. But they were both from a miniature cat genetics. That's a cute size for a cat. I like it. Nice and, sturdy. So I don't think there's anything of interest in here except the deck is falling apart. But look, see, look at that. That's just so nice. Flowers. There was 3 hummingbirds the other day right over there. The males were fighting with each other. But they were perching, which is really cool. Little hummingbirds. They're perched right here. It's like a foot away from me. A little bird is perched. A little hummingbird. I didn't realize how much, they're green, kind of a fluorescent green. But they have a lot of black in them, little black parts. Very interesting. I didn't realize that. I've painted them and, just never see them in person. Anyway, enough. All right, till next time.